Hey, welcome back to Civil War Buttons, and today I'm going to be talking about the NC-8. So, the NC-8 is the North Carolina State Seal, and it has Lady Liberty holding a Liberty pole in her right hand, and in her left hand, she's holding a scroll of the Constitution. And then sitting next to her is the Greek goddess Plenty, holding a cornucopia in her left hand and a bundle of wheat in her right hand. The goddess Plenty was the goddess of fertility in Greek mythology. Um, and this is an absolutely beautiful button. I love it. And I'm going to start off with a button that was made before the Civil War, and they stopped manufacturing it right when the war started. So Confederate soldiers wore these buttons, and they are dug up on battlefields. Um, and here it is right here. And you can see all the great detail they have put into this button. Um, you know, and how North Carolina shines real proudly there. And then the back of it, is going to say Scoville Waterbury. So that is your pre-Civil War era button that was made for officers, basically. But like I said, it's been found on battlefields all over the place. Um, the next button is going to be this one right here, and it's a coat button, and it has kind of a purplish green type patina. Um, and this version is listed in Tice's book as NC 210 uniform buttons. Um, Unfortunately for this one, the shank is missing. So, and there's no maker's mark because it's a local made button. And it's not as nicely as the one I showed you right before it because we didn't have the same manufacturing machinery as they did in the North to make, the same buttons. But we did make some beautiful buttons. Um, the one beside it, so this is a ultra rare cuff button of the NC-8. Um, and some of the North Carolina is still showing, which is a bonus when you dig these buttons up. And also, the shank is still showing. This button was made by a company called S.A. Myers of Richmond, Virginia. And they didn't put a back marker on it. But there's a secret little hidden star on it that you could see with a magnifying glass, basically. That's how well hidden it is. Um, but this is 100% guaranteed a Confederate manufactured button. This came from this Terry Teff collection, who authorized the book on North Carolina Civil War buttons. So this came from an award-winning button collection. I have a couple of his buttons that I bought from Shiloh Relics. I guess those two guys are friends. I highly recommend buying stuff from Shiloh Relics. To get your hands on one of these rare cuff buttons like this, it's rare. Um, so beside it here, this button right here would have been worn at a Confederate Veterans reunion. And it would have also been sold to, civilians, at little concession booths as take home keepsakes for the reunion. Back in the early 1900s, Confederate veteran reunions were a really big ordeal. And they were great big festivals. We held a lot of pride in them. And then you'll notice a couple of other North Carolina buttons behind me, like the NC Sunburst here. This is the 14 variation, and you can still see there's some gold showing. And this one has a shank. I did a video on this one already, explaining a lot about this button. And then these are two cadet buttons that I also did videos on. D.H. Hill ran one of these schools, and the other one is the Hillsborough Military Academy button. You could watch my other videos if you want to learn about these buttons. But these are the NC8s that I have, and they're absolutely beautiful, and I'm lucky to own them. And if you'd like to get one for yourself, check out Shiloh Relics. They're not badly priced. Actually, you could pick one up probably for under $300 to $150. But thank you for watching.